Imagine you're living 30,000 years ago. No hospitals, no pharmacies, no antibiotics. You wake up with a burning fever. Every breath hurts. So, what do? Did our ancestors simply lie down and hope for the best? Or did they actually have ways to fight illness long before modern medicine existed? Surprisingly, the answer is far more fascinating than you might think. And it might change the way you think about being sick the next time you reach for a pill without even thinking about it. Life in prehistoric times wasn't easy. A small cut could become infected. A broken bone could end your hunting days for good. Even a rotten tooth might become life-threatening, since there was no dentist to pull it and no antibiotic to stop the infection from spreading. Ancient humans faced diseases caused by bacteria, parasites, viruses, contaminated food, and injuries almost every single day of their lives. There was no clean water system, no waste disposal, no understanding of why food went bad. Every meal, every wound, every winter carried real risk. Yet, humans survived. Not just for hundreds of years, but for hundreds of thousands of years, spreading across freezing tundras, dense jungles, and scorching deserts, all without a single hospital anywhere on Earth. So how? Ancient humans didn't understand germs. They couldn't see bacteria or viruses under a microscope, because microscopes didn't exist yet. But they were excellent observers. Generation after generation, they noticed patterns, even without knowing the science behind them. Certain plants eased pain, some leaves reduced swelling, some roots helped stomach aches, others seemed to clean wounds and stop them from getting worse. Through trial, error, and shared knowledge passed from parent to child, nature slowly became their medicine cabinet. Some of those same plants are still used in medicine today. For example, willow bark contains a chemical related to aspirin, the same basic compound millions of people still take for a headache. Nature had been creating medicine long before humans ever learned chemistry. And it wasn't just willow bark. Researchers studying Ötzi the Iceman, a mummified body over 5,300 years old, found something surprising in his belongings. A fungus known for fighting bacteria. And inside his stomach, a plant still used today to treat parasites. This wasn't random. This was working medical knowledge passed down long before writing even existed. Here's something many people don't expect. Ancient humans didn't simply abandon the sick the moment they became a burden. Archaeologists have discovered skeletons of individuals who survived severe injuries that would have required months or even years of constant care. Some couldn't hunt. Some couldn't walk properly ever again. Yet they lived long afterward, sometimes for years. That means someone fed them every single day. Someone protected them from predators. Someone cared for them with no guarantee of anything in return. Compassion wasn't invented by civilization, by cities, or by religion. It existed long before any of that. Helping the sick, even when it slowed the whole group down, may have been one of the very reasons humans became so successful as a species in the first place. When someone became seriously ill, ancient communities often turned to their most experienced healer. Today, we call them shamans. They weren't doctors in the modern sense. They had no medical degree, no textbook, no hospital, but they combined observation, herbal knowledge, rituals, and spiritual beliefs into something that functioned as their entire healthcare system. They might prepare medicinal plants, boiled or crushed into a paste, massage injured muscles to ease pain, apply poultices made from herbs directly onto wounds, or perform ceremonies meant to drive away whatever they believed had caused the illness in the first place. Some of these treatments probably worked purely by chance or genuine chemistry. Others likely relied entirely on belief and comfort. But even today, hope itself can help people cope with sickness, a fact modern medicine is only now starting to fully take seriously. This may sound unbelievable, but prehistoric humans even performed surgery. Archaeologists have found ancient skulls, some over 7,000 years old, with carefully drilled holes cut straight into the bone. This procedure is called trepanation, and it was done while the patient was still alive. What's astonishing is that many of those skulls show clear signs of healing around the edges of the hole, meaning the patient survived the procedure, sometimes for years afterward. No one knows exactly why they performed it. Maybe to treat severe head injuries, maybe to relieve dangerous pressure inside the skull, or perhaps for spiritual reasons we don't fully understand today. Whatever the reason, it shows a level of skill and boldness that's hard to imagine for people living without a single modern tool. Of course, many people still died. Without antibiotics, without vaccines, without any understanding of modern sanitation, even simple infections could become deadly within days. Childbirth was extremely dangerous, both for mother and child, with no safe way to handle complications. Diseases could spread rapidly through entire groups, wiping out families in a single season. Life expectancy was far lower than today, and death from something as small as a splinter or a bad tooth was a real and constant possibility. Ancient medicine wasn't magic. It didn't cure everything, and it never could have. But it gave people their best possible chance, using only what nature and observation could provide. And over thousands and thousands of years, every successful treatment became knowledge, carefully passed down from one generation to the next. The next time you swallow a pill or visit a doctor, remember, human medicine didn't begin in a hospital. It began beside campfires, in forests, inside dark, cold caves, where curious people quietly observed nature, cared for one another without hesitation, and slowly learned what actually helped the sick survive. Those early experiments, clumsy, dangerous, and often desperate, became the very first steps toward the medicine we rely on today without a second thought. And without those ancient healers working with nothing but plants, instinct, and each other, modern doctors might never have existed at all.